Welcome back. I wanted to show you some examples of marketing materials. I know we talked about this on the intro video. The marketing materials are everything that you're going to need to create in order to run a successful event. Now, there's a wide range of marketing materials that you could need, and there's some great resources for you. So I'm just going to show you a few on here. First thing is landing is a one-page event. I'll show you an example. A landing page is a one-page event, and what it is going to do is give people information so they can register for something, and that's how you collect the information. So, let me mute the video. Okay. So I'm like, why am I talking to myself twice here? Okay, so this is a landing page that we created for some power circles that we did. So let's look at within this all of the different things that needed to be designed. So first of all, there was a global wealth leaders design. There was professional headshots, which I think if you're playing online at all, it's really important to have. There was a video that was created that you can see right there. And then there was the actual landing page. Within the landing page, we had to create a specialized form. We got pictures and testimonials from some of our clients, and we created some Q&A. I mean, the copy for the landing page, all of that copy was there. So those are all the materials that need to be created. So before I jump into starting to tell people about it, I have to make sure that it is looking good. So landing pages are a really, really common one. Let me give you a couple of resources for building landing pages. If you're not a web designer, you're going to want some resources. So one of them is InstaBuilder 2.0. InstaBuilder 2.0 makes WordPress, it's a WordPress plugin. It does link with Infusionsoft and all the other programs that are out there. And it's basically drag and drop. And you can create buildings, or you can create landing pages that look pretty good. They're very simple, and you can't necessarily do a ton with them.
Just a few minutes from now, I'm going to show you how you can quickly and easily build your own.
No, thank you, sir. Wait on that. Okay, so let's check out here. Let's see if I can remember this. Hopefully that's the right link. I'm going to try to show you. It's not the right link. Try it again. This one's right. I want to do a Leadpages web forms. The one that I just showed you is actually custom built. The Power Circle 21, that's a custom build, and you would have to pay someone to go in and do that. We do have, let's see if I can find it through Facebook. Probably can. A page that we use right now that was created in InstaBuilder, and it's just simple. It's not the best looking page in the world. You know what, I remember this. Here's one that was created in InstaBuilder. This one was. So it's not going to be quite as awesome looking as a custom build, but it is good. And they look. I think that they're serviceable. So here's an example of one that's built in InstaBuilder that you can see. It's going to take a minute here to load. Got the ability to add in custom graphics. You can add in video. You can add in details. It's a program in the world to use, but it's definitely not the hardest program in the world to use either. It can't do a ton of customization. So if you just know right off the bat you want a ton of customization, then this is probably not the program for you. Let's see what this landing page looks like. So that's an option. Not my favorite landing page in the world, but it works. Another option that we have just started using, and I don't have a sample to show you on it, but they have really awesome templates, is leadpages.net. So Leadpages, I would say, has the best templates out there. It's more expensive because you're paying, I'll show you, you're paying a month. And so we're to link with Infusionsoft. I believe we pay $99 a month. But if you're using like if you're not using Infusionsoft, you can probably do with the Pro. And then on top of that, you pay for the templates. So it's a little bit more expensive, but man, their pages look good. Like they're super clean. They look really awesome. So Leadpages is a great resource. Now, if you are doing the landing page, there's a couple other things that you need to have as well. One is you've got to have hosting. Now, hosting is what allows you to be able to connect to the, so there's kind of three parts. So one part is you have the actual web page that you design in Leadpages or in InstaBuilder or get custom designed. That's one part. The second part is you have hosting, which is what gives it real estate on the web. So it's kind of like you have a house, but you have no lot to put it on. The lot that you put it on is hosting. I do not recommend that. There's a lot of good hosting. HostGator is who I use. Bluehost is another popular one. Fat Cow is another one. GoDaddy is just tricky, and a lot of web developers refuse to work with it, so I wouldn't recommend purchasing theirs. But I believe I pay about $30 a year for my web hosting, and I can host as many things as I want to on that site. I do recommend to never let your hosting of your website be in the hands of your web developer, because then they can hold your site hostage and not give you access to it because it's theirs. They have it on their hosting. So get your own hosting, and then you can host as many landing pages on there as you want. The second thing is you need a domain name. And I do use GoDaddy for all of my web hosting, or sorry, for all my web domains. So that's, if we're looking at houses, the actual house that you build is what you would build in InstaBuilder or Leadpages. The lot is your web hosting. The address is GoDaddy. And so that's where you go and you get your .com. So that's kind of how you would build a landing page. And I do think that's a good resource. Let's look at some other things that you might need in terms of marketing materials. So maybe you need signage. Here's a great resource for getting signs. Buildasign.com, one of the cheapest places for getting signs that I know of, and they actually create pretty good quality signs. So if you've ever seen those big signs that they stand up and they roll up, usually those cost about $300. You can get one for like 80 bucks on buildasign.com. So if you're doing a vendor booth or you're doing a live event, signage is probably something that you're going to want for your marketing materials. Now let's look at Canva.com. Canva is a great place for putting together your social media graphics. So you can see this is a social media graphic that I created on Canva. I've also used Canva to create headers and just different things like that. So this is a graphic that I made you could use to share on social media. Let's see. So that's just one example. You can see some other things that I made, but you can create Instagram posts, you can create blog graphics, you can create posters, social media. You can see I've got some headers in there. Some of these are just purely practice. You know, I didn't actually use them. Actually something I'm working on for the nativity for church. But it's a great place to create graphics. So if you click on here, you can. This is a good resource to create your social squares so that you have something for promotion on social media to help you promote your event. And you can see they have, some of these are just squares that are already in existence that you can use, and good templates. So you can kind of choose from there what it is that you want to do. A lot of Canva is free, If there is something that you're going to have to pay for, they tell you, and then you can choose to do the free or the not free. But I think Canva creates really, really good graphics. So social media graphics is one that you'll probably need. You may need signs. You will probably need to be familiar with landing pages at some point. Other materials that you might need, sometimes it's just printing. Like let's say you are doing a vendor booth, you're going to need little enter to win forms that people can enter to win. But when I look at the materials, I really just think through what is all of the stuff that I'm going to need. And I use this a lot. So for example, you know what, I will show you this. Let me show you this. This is something not even for business, it's for church. So I am in charge of, oh, I put it in an email. I'm in charge of, I just got a new responsibility for our church, for our stake, which is kind of like our area, not just my own congregation, it's like the area. And I just got put in charge of media for public affairs, and we're doing a live nativity. So this will make you guys laugh here. I created a marketing plan for it. So when they asked me, you know, what are we going to do with this? I said, here's our promotional plan. And so you can look at this. You guys, I really did promotional materials. Here's all of the promotional materials that we need. And I went over, we're going to need posters. We need a website, we need posters, we need invitations, we need social squares, we need graphic design, we need a promotional video, we need flyers, flyer inserts. And then you guys, I went over our visibility strategies. So here's our visibility strategies, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 visibility strategies. And then I went over media involvement. I mean, you guys, like this is just, it's the way that you need to think about things so that you can make sure that you are always getting what it is that you need to have. Oh my goodness, has it been screen sharing tiny this entire time? I hope not. Let me see if I go somewhere else, what it does. Oh, it screen shares tiny the whole time. That's annoying. Okay. It gives you, hopefully though, an idea of what it is that you can create. And when you're looking at your materials, you just need to know some of these resources. They may be really new to you, and that's okay, but you want your stuff to look good. Like, for example, right now I'm working on a marketing opportunity that's not going to happen until January of next year. It's going to be a Millionaire Expert Summit. It's going to be awesome. But I've got to start working right now on what are those materials that we need. We're already starting to work on landing pages. We're already writing the copy for it. You know, we're already looking at logos and graphics, and we already purchased a domain name, and all of those different things. They're already starting to happen now, so that way we can make it so that it's really successful. In marketing, a lot of times what people want to do is just do this little burst of effort and get a bunch of leads. But really the work of marketing goes before the actual event so that the actual event can be very, very successful. Okay, so that is your information on marketing materials. Go watch that next video.